how many people are watching 25% of a video, 50% of a video, 75% of a video, how many people have clicked, in the last 180 days. I mean, the possibilities are almost unlimited in terms of what you can then retarget.
Give them an advertisement that you paid for to show up where they already are in their feed, in their stories, whatever, and you give them something that feels organic to the platform, like a quick video of you jamming and singing your own song, or something really authentic that doesn't feel like this big produced product that's an ad being pushed down their throat. Something that be like, oh, this is cool, I'm going to hit the like button. And then retargeting the people that liked and interacted with that, with your next ad that pulls them deeper into that funnel to the point where you can get them to click that link. And that brings up something that I wanted to ask you guys about, was ad retargeting. I know that it's possible to set up campaigns where the first ad feeds into subsequent ads. So people who fulfill a certain a certain requirement, like watched this percentage of a video or reacted or commented to that video, will then be put into the ad set, the people that you're showing the next ad to, and then qualifying your true fans to the point where you have a much more likely group of people to show an ad that you're actually asking them to click on something.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and that is the reality of, like, that is your ROI. That is your return on investment in the short term, is your data. It's not your money. Your money is paying to get you good data. And so when you put money into a campaign, Facebook's tech is automatically recording how many people are watching 25% of a video, 50% of a video, 75% of a video. How many people have clicked? How many people have clicked in the last 180 days? I mean, the possibilities are almost unlimited in terms of what you can then retarget. And the reason that it would help to do a course or play or do some Google searching and everything else is so that you can kind of know what to do when, which is always still even an uphill battle. But that's where your results begin to compound exponentially, because the potential is huge. When you have enough, so let's say you put a video and you put it on Facebook. I mean, you should always put it on YouTube also, but like you're going to try to like build the fan base on Facebook, and you post it, you post your video on your artist page on Facebook, and you put $5 a day behind it, and you run it for 3 weeks. And it gets thousands of views. And then you can create an audience in Facebook. You can create an audience, and you can say, everybody that watched 75% of my video. And then you have another song dropping, and a new song dropping, and you upload that. And then you can retarget those people who just watched that 75% of your video, because if somebody's watching 75% of your video, they're probably somebody that they liked enough of what you did that you can get them to like what you did again. And then you can target them again. Simultaneously, the real magic now is that when you've done that enough, you will have a really, really rich audience that is packed with data. And then you can create what is called a lookalike audience. And here's where the game gets wild. And this is why the investment on the front end is, the heavier you can invest on the front end of this thing, the quicker you can get to this lookalike audience, to where your investment is much less for much more. Because now you can create, let's say 7,000 people have watched one of your videos. You can put all the videos that have ever been watched into one audience. 7,000 people have watched 75% of your videos. You can create a lookalike audience of that 7,000 people. And Facebook is automatically going to say who is the 1% of the population of the United States or Brazil or wherever you're targeting that most closely resembles that 7,000 people. And then you can do the 2% of the population that close. You can do all the way up to 10%. It's not really good once you get beyond 3 in my experience. Test it for yourself if you want. But the point is like, you got to think about it like this. So now I'm dropping the next video and I'm retargeting the 75%, or I'm the 75% viewers. I'm retargeting the 7,000 people, but then I've also put this other audience in here that is 2% of the entire American population whose behavior and preferences most closely resembles this 7,000 people. Now your results become exponential, and it's an automatic machine, because once a new person has engaged, once a new person has been, the lookalike audience has grabbed somebody new, and they've now watched 75% of your video, they now become the basis off of which that audience is being created. And the more and more people that get in there, the smarter that audience gets. And so people can hate Facebook all they want. And I remember when I started doing this a couple years ago, a lot of the cool kids were just like, it's not on Facebook. It's on like you shouldn't try to build your brand on Facebook. You should try to build it on Instagram. And I'm like, well, there are different tools that can be used for different things. They're technically in the same ads manager, yada, yada, yada. But the point is that the Facebook ads manager has more capacity to actually expand your base of people that are listening to your music than anything else that's ever been created, period. Like it's not even close. And it's relatively easy to use once you get over the hump. And once you do it a couple of times, and it's like, oh, okay. And then you're just plugging consistent content at $5 a day. You know?
Love it. I want to circle back because I feel like we're nearing the end of this conversation. I want to circle back to something that you've mentioned a couple of times that I've thought in my head I would reiterate at the start of every point that I've made this conversation, and I've forgotten. The best possible way to get the best possible return on any investment that you're making in all of these ad spends, in all of this effort, is to make sure that you're actually making undeniable music first.
Yeah.
That there's no other metric here that is going to help you more than making sure that if you do, by some miracle, fucking capture the attention of someone online with an ad, that they're going to be like, holy shit, I'm fucking stoked I stumbled upon this guy through an ad. And I love it. I don't care that it was an ad that I found him through. I love this guy.
Yeah.
That's the reaction that you want. But you don't get that. If you're thinking that you can game the system with music that isn't ready, it's not going to be worth it.
I've tried. Doesn't work.
Yeah.
And
me too.
there's a lot to be said for waiting until your music is dope, because once you understand how to make dope music, if you've been writing a ton of music and you keep writing and this one's a little better, record it, get it mixed, figure it out, get better. If you're, a DJ producer and you're mixing your own products, you get better and better at writing and rewriting and mixing. And then eventually you really hit your stride and you figure out like, oh, this is how I make dope music. This is the formula. This is like my mix template. This is all this. I got it. Or if you're an artist, you finally find that engineer that really gets your sound. You really understand how to deliver in the mic booth. Then you can look back at this enormous pile of music you have made and not released and cherry pick all of the best ideas out of it and run them through your current system. I'm currently doing that with a lot of my favorite tracks I wrote 2 years ago and getting them ready to be singles. I know Sam for sure is doing that on some tracks we started working on together 2 years ago that were like, man, this is a dope song. It's one of the best ones we've ever written, but it never quite materialized how we envisioned it. So we held off, put other stuff out that was more ready. And now all of a sudden, between me understanding how to better put the beat together, Sam understanding how to better write it to say what he wants to say and perform it how he wants to perform it, and him having an engineer that really gets how to put that all together, now that song is 10 times what it would have been had we tried to force it out 2 years ago. Thank God we waited and left it in the pile so it could be sitting there shining like a little gem waiting to be polished.
And I do just want to add this too real quick is I think a lot of people, I think it's very natural to have the thing in your head, the alarm clock in your head, like there is a timeline on which all of this has to happen. I know I had it. I didn't even start making music until I was 26 years old. It was a pipe dream. After going through a bunch of shit in life and deciding I wanted to swing at something, I decided to take a swing. And so I was like, man, if I don't blow up international by the time I'm 29, like who's like the oldest guy to blow up? Like Macklemore at 31 or Tech 9 at 34. You know what I mean? Tech 9's like 70 years old. People don't realize that.
He's so he just put out a new song with Hollywood Undead that's fucking sick, by the way.
Yeah, no. I mean, amazing. Great career. I mean, like great infrastructure. Yeah. Tech's great. But I had this thing in my head that was like, no, like it had like, and the truth is I turned 32 a few weeks ago.
Woo.
I make the best music I've ever made. It's genuinely good enough to where I can actually listen to it and forget that it's me and be like, that's a fucking good song. And I'm having a blast. And I have more actual fans every week than I had, the week before that. If you're making good music and people like what you're doing, none of that shit matters. It really doesn't. It matters if their ears hear it and they go, oh, fucking A, I need to hear that again. That's it. So again, that's what I preach the most of is like, if I could have taken like 4 years to just like not worry about, I need to drop all of this music, some of which has some nice moments, but overall, my delivery is meh here. I forced a bar here. Just find the joy in the struggle and get good at it. And then get better. Cause like, I'm not, I love my music now, but I still, each time I'm like, that could have done that. Could have done that. Ooh, next time I want to do this.
Definitely.
That self-reflection is so valuable.
Yeah. I think that's a perfect way to wrap up. I couldn't have tied a bow on it better myself. That was a great encapsulation of all of the stuff that we've talked about. I feel like we just fucking barely scratched the surface on the intricacies of your brain, which I know has more treasure chests in there. We're definitely gonna have you on for a part 2 sometime, man.
Yeah. Amen. I like it. What's up, humans? It's Luke, your friendly neighborhood trap Jesus. Thank you so much for watching our videos. We appreciate you. Remember to like and subscribe to our channels. And if you have any questions or topics that we need to cover on the show, put them in the comments. Appreciate you. Peace and peace among worlds.